Preparing for an interview as an interviewer can feel like a daunting task, but it doesn't have to be. Whether you're a seasoned pro or stepping into the role for the first time, there are some key steps you can take to ensure the process is smooth, effective, and even enjoyable. So, let's dive into how you can prepare for that all-important interview. First things first, you need to understand the role you're hiring for. This might sound obvious, but it's crucial. Take the time to review the job description thoroughly. What skills are essential? What experiences should the candidate have? Make a list of the must-haves versus the nice-to-haves. This will help you focus your questions and evaluate candidates more effectively. Remember, you're not just looking for someone who can do the job. You want someone who fits into your team and shares your company's values. Next, think about the kind of interview you want to conduct. Are you going for a structured interview with set questions or a more conversational style? Structured interviews can help minimize bias and keep things consistent across candidates, while a conversational approach can help put the candidate at ease and allow for a more natural flow of dialogue. It's all about finding the right balance that works for you and your organization. Now, let's talk about crafting your questions. Aim for a mix of behavioral questions and situational questions. Behavioral questions like, "Can you tell me about a time when you faced a challenge at work?" give you insight into how a candidate has handled real-life situations. Situational questions, on the other hand, like, "How would you approach a project with a tight deadline?" allow you to gauge their problem-solving skills and thought processes. Remember, the goal is to get a sense of how they think, operate, and whether they'll mesh well with your team. As you prepare, don't forget to think about the candidate's experience too. Interviews can be nerve-wracking, and keeping this in mind will help you create a more welcoming environment. Make sure to start with some light conversation to break the ice. A simple, "How was your journey here?" or "Did you find our office easily?" can help ease the tension. You want candidates to feel comfortable enough to open up and share their true selves. Another essential aspect of preparation is reviewing any materials the candidate has submitted. This includes their resume, cover letter, and any portfolio pieces, if applicable. Familiarize yourself with their background and experiences so you can ask informed questions. It also shows the candidate that you value their time and effort in applying. Once you have your questions and materials sorted, consider the logistics of the interview. If it's in person, make sure the room is set up and free from distractions. If it's virtual, test the technology ahead of time. There's nothing worse than technical issues throwing a wrench into the interview process. And let's be honest, we've all been there. After the interview, take time to reflect on your impressions. Write down your thoughts while you're fresh in your mind. What stood out? What concerns do you have? This will help you when it comes time to discuss candidates with your team or make a decision. Lastly, remember that interviewing is a two-way street. While you're assessing candidates, they're also assessing you and your company. Be honest, be transparent, and make sure to communicate what your company culture is really like. So there you have it. Preparing for an interview as an interviewer doesn't have to be overwhelming. With a little organization and thoughtfulness, you can create a positive experience for both yourself and your candidates. Happy interviewing!